What is up? I am doing a little back testing session via Tradeful. I've already been doing a little bit on here, just trying to play it out. I'm back testing the year 2021. I don't remember how long I put it for, but if we can look, 279 days left of this back testing session. 7 trades, 1. Average win streak is 2. Longest win streak is 4. Risking trading 1-to-1s. I got an ad going in the background. I've been listening to Bossa Nova. By the way, I haven't made a video in a while. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Been taking a break off the charts for the last 2-3 weeks. And then really just been putting more time into the back testing. I had a data builder I was making and then back test live. But I want to do a data builder of 2021 and a month span through that. Like I said, 279 days left. Average trade duration is 48 minutes. Total time back tested 8 hours. Historical data played is 36 days. Just playing it out. 7 trades won, 3 lost. So we can look at that. Trading calendar, 10 days. No active challenge. You could do prop firm. Tradeful is incredible because you could do a prop firm status, right? Average risk to reward is terrible right now, but we are figuring things out. Just did 2 trades and just back tested, won both of them. One I didn't take, that would have been a winner, but that's hindsight. So we're gonna play around with this. I got a couple of break evens really, so these 7 wins, you would look at how much I'm up on the account. A couple of them were break evens, so profit factor 1.08 RR. Yeah, we'll see. We can go more into that. What is this? Trade folder. Oh yeah, you can do questionnaires, which I haven't been doing. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Overall, and you can like edit the questions. I don't know. Either way, Tradeful is just like really, really incredible. But we're gonna just do a little session that's late tonight, so got my birthday coming up in 2 days, so I'm very excited for that. Am I going out? I'm going out to dinner. That will be all. But overall, yeah, let's get into this. So coming in, we are in the month of February 2021. I didn't even know anything about trading at this time. What have we come into? We just filled a daily imbalance. Not fully, we did not hit CE of that daily imbalance, but we did tap into the daily imbalance and we are rejecting off of it. We have a 4-hour high up here. We just swept a significant draw on liquidity, so we're getting to move lower. I'm assuming we're going to continue to displace lower. We got a 2-hour inverse for value gap. We have a 2-hour for value gap resting right here, which got tapped as well. You could say that could be a protected high, but we will see. What else on the 2-hour? Nothing else that I'm really noticing. Higher time frame, a lot of low resistance resting below us. Yes, we have low resistance resting above us, but we did just tap into a daily and we were displacing lower. So coming into this day, I'd be overall bearish. Also, I like this more than TradingView's backtesting just because TradingView backtesting through the charts, it's kind of annoying. Where this, I just find it super simple. It's like Forex Replay, which I think is also great, but it's just $30 a month for Tradeful. 1 hour, what do we see in the 1 hour? We have 1 hour imbalance resting right here, 1 hour imbalance that just got filled in here. We are displacing lower. We have a 1 hour for value gap resting here. If that might be my condition for actually coming into this session, if we inverse this, I'll know I want to go lower ideally. But we'll also set another condition, which I'll show if we end up seeing anything play out from this, which will probably be a 15 to 30 minute for value gap. Yeah. Oh, 1 hour low. That'd actually be a high. Alright. Let's play into this. We're going to let this move for a little bit. The price of NASDAQ 2021 was $13,000. And we are coming right back up for that high. We did just tap into that. We also just tapped into this 2 hour for value gap. Took out this 1 hour draw on liquidity. We have another 1 hour which is resting up here that we might want to go and grab. Maybe inverse and go higher to fill more of that daily. Or reject off of this. So we're going to find out with that. What about in the 15-30 minute? 15 minute, we do have a 15 minute for value gap here, which has not been tapped into yet, which we are going to tap. I'd say that would probably be my condition. I don't know if there's a 30-minute, which we will look into, but this 15-minute is nice and sexy. We have a 15-minute up here as well. 30-minute, you could consider this a 30-minute, but it's already been filled, so while I'm looking at the 15-minute, I wanted to see a reaction if it taps in that 15-minute. Ooh, some rejection off of that. Now, what do we have resting lower? Low resistance resting lower. Like I said too, displacing out of that daily. We do have low resistance resting right between here and resting lower. So we're going to see. I'm wanting to see this 15-minute be respected. So we're going to let this play. Be 9:40, so the 15-minute would close quite soon. It's looking like we're going to reject off of that. We did accumulation of generating low resistance, manipulation, could get a distribution like here. We would have a 5-minute, we would have to wait to get inversed, to inverse the whole leg. That 15-minute did get respected now, so that's what we're looking at. We have no 30-minute obviously here, price just opened up. Be almost 10 o'clock now. I wonder if before that we ended up getting a 3-minute, 2-minute, 2-minute inversion you could have taken, but by that point we're looking for the highest time frame inversion, which would be right here. So this would be more discretional, but my drawn liquidity is this low resistance. And most likely going to get an inverse, maybe potentially from here because I didn't enter anything. We do have a 15-minute fair value gap now here. We get an inverse, and maybe we want to push lower. So what else is resting lower between us? This draw on liquidity resting down here. On the 30-minute, is there a 30-minute imbalance? Do have a 30-minute imbalance, which is resting right here as well, which I'm assuming we want to go into. No entry. This was such a big move up. And there, oh, and it wouldn't let me. Okay, so you get that 5-minute inverse. Would I take this trade? Probably not. I don't like putting. Like, what's your risk to reward? Where's the most recent high? You can put it at all the way up here. We'd have to hold for quite a while. I would want to see a pullback actually and see something get respected here. Drawn liquidity was correct though, as long as if we had a smaller inversion to go for, then we could have targeted that for a 1-to-1. But like I said, looking for the highest time frame inversion. Now we're coming into a 15-minute, I believe. No, not yet, but a 5-minute fair value gap. I think we did come into that 30-minute. We did, and we were respecting that 30 minutes, so that is another potential idea for what is price wanting to do from here. On the 1 hour, is this a 1 hour imbalance? It was already filled. It was. We did manipulate lower. Not trying to marry a bias, but this 30-minute I will mark up. 30-minute. Want to see what it's going to do from here. Wow, crazy. Crazy, crazy. What's resting below that 30-minute? This could be the drawn liquidity, but I don't know if we'll want to make that move all the way down to there. We have 15-minute low here, 15-minute imbalance. This 30-minute we are still in right now. Might just let this play out a little bit. We respected the 30-minute. It's getting a little late in the day, so what could we potentially be seeing on the lower time frames? Failure swing high, failure swing high. I'm looking for an inversion. And I don't think I get on absolutely anything for the day. And we just displaced lower and lower. To this point, at this point, I'm off for the day. I don't think I would be taking the trade. You could mark up this inversion for your stops onto here. You could target, what was that, the highest time frame inversion, is it? It's the 3-minute? Yes, it is. And you could target this high up here. Do I know if this plays out? I mean, it's not a trade that I would have taken. No, it would not have played out. Well, we didn't take it. That's good. So drawn liquidity was correct, though. Low resistance, which we targeted. We did displace lower, and we were bearish. To probably go actually towards... It was that drawn liquidity down there. Bam. Nuts. Maybe you do take that 5-minute inversion, right? Maybe you do take that 5-minute inversion. And you put your high, your stops all the way up here. And you target lower for a 1-to-1, or you target down to this drawn liquidity. And that's such a big trade. I don't like that. It's such a huge stop loss, and I'm not one for huge stop losses. I like 1-to-1s, but I don't like... And I like displacement on a fair value gap, on an inverse fair value gap, but I don't like that stop loss one bit. Maybe you could have... I know there's people who put it like body highs, and yeah, that's a pretty gnarly trade. But drawn liquidity was correct, which is always a good feeling. You know, it sucks when you don't get an entry, but at least if your drawn liquidity is correct, it's a very good feeling. We inversed that 1 hour in that 30-minute. Clearly displacing lower. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of this 2 hour. Now where are we gonna? We're going to, and this is how easy it is. Just hit jump to, and you can go right next to the next New York session. Which, where did we end up doing? That was the drawn liquidity, which was the target. We went for that, this, and these down here. So that would have been a great trade. So we can go in now into the 4 hour. Sometimes it doesn't load, which TradingView did the same to me. So, do we have any daily imbalances? All right, it's just not going to load now. See, that's the one annoying part. It doesn't happen often. But my goal by the end of this back test is to be able to, like, profitably, like, I didn't put it on the prop firm challenge, but I know that it's $48,000. I'm treating it like a prop firm, risking 1%, and ideally get to the point where after putting on 50 to 100 trades damn near, I could have a positive win rate and a good, like a 1-to-1, 1-to-2 risk to reward, and not really worried about how much money I'm putting on the account, but more focusing on that win rate and risk to reward, which I did fuck up at the beginning, which I kind of want to restart. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, it would be, what, 5 to 10 trades maybe I messed up. Out of, if I'm shooting for 50 to 100, I mean, it's small. That's such a small sample size compared to that 50 to 500. So, I mean, 100. But if I could do that and hit to that many amount of trades, ideally, I mean, if I could have a higher win rate with that, that'd be great. And obviously, this is price action from 2021. Ronan, Bionic NQ, I've talked about him before in some of my other videos. I highly suggest watching his videos. I know he's doing something new where he is going into each month. So the month of January, he's back testing all the previous years of January price action. And then for the month of February, he'll back test all the previous years from like 2021 to 2024 of previous price action. And I think even 2025, which is great. That's really awesome. And I even want to catch up on those videos. But you know, it's fun. So, daily imbalance, like I said, we tapped into that. We clearly displaced lower, so we were correct on that analysis. Now, on the 4 hour, what do we have? We have a 4 hour fair value gap resting just right here. 4 hour. We have a 4 hour sell side liquidity resting right here. Want to look onto the 2 hour because that would be the next. I don't really use the 2 hour other than imbalances, and that's really all I'm going to use it for. And highs and lows. Down candle, up candle, down candle, up candle. That is 2 hour sell side liquidity. We do have a drawn liquidity up here, which did manipulate this high. So that's something to note. What about in the 1 hour? 1 hour, assuming we have anything more. 1 hour for value gap that did get tapped somewhat. We do have nothing else on that as of right now. So what I would be really looking for is a tap into this 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 2 hour imbalances resting in between here, and see what price wants to do from there. So we're gonna just Let price go. Wait for a tap into it. We're tapping into it. Now we're going to wait till 9 because of that 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour candle close. Because this is going to be my condition. If we inverse this, I'm assuming we're going to want to go higher and to fill deeper on this daily and at least take out these draws on liquidity. If we respect this, I know we'll want to go lower, right? To draws on liquidity, which are written down here, and down there, potentially. So we're going to go to the 5 minute. We're going to let price dilly-dally for a bit until it gets close to 9, which will be up there. Let this go. This would be 950. We have a lot of low resistance on the 5 minute resting down here on the 15 minute imbalance resting here. That is a telltale sign of what we call a condition. See what price wants to do from there. We did manipulate, not on a higher time frame, but I believe this would be a session draw on liquidity. Let me just make sure. This would be considered. Alright, I have it on silly times. That's funny. Well, coming into it, it's 3:30. We did end up actually coming into it, sweep out previous session highs. So I'm going to wait. I'm assuming we're going to go lower. I'm assuming these are the draws on liquidity because we're showing displacement from tapping into that 4 hour, as you can tell. We have 5 minutes left on that close. We're tapping into this 15 minute, which it's showing clean displacement out of. Is there anything we can inverse? This 5 minute, but I don't like that because of how far it is and how many candles does it take to inverse it. I'm assuming it does give the inverse. I might be wrong though. Closes, respecting it. The 15 minute still is going strong, probably going to inverse that. If we want to go lower for these draws on liquidity, I'm going to have to wait for a pullback and a continuation to go lower. So we're going to let this play out a little more. Alright, oh my god, that's annoying. Oh, 15 minute candle, did that give an inverse? Just barely inverse that 15 minute candle. That was pretty big. We did get that inverse. I'm wanting to see a pullback into a fair value gap now, which is right here or around there. No 15 minute yet. That 4 hour, like I said, got respected. I'm thinking bearish overall. I'm thinking bearish towards at least this drawn liquidity. We don't need to hold all the way to that drawn liquidity. That's a little more discretional. We can actually just focus on getting our piece of the pie, like a 1 to 1, 1 to 2. I could enter here. Stop loss would be quite big, targeting this drawn liquidity, so I'm wanting to wait for a pullback. Beautiful. Alright. We get a 5 minute pullback. We do have another 5 minute fair value gap up here, which I might want to wait for that to get tapped into. And if the 15 minutes forming, that's fine because the 5 minutes is going to be the one giving the breakaway gap. Showing that we're respecting it. Is there anything to inverse? I'm assuming not at all. No. 1 minute. Terrible candle close. Well, that gave the inversion. We could mark up a short here, put our stops up here and target what? These low resistance draws on liquidity. This could be the target. Like I said, we're respecting that 5 minute. I do like this trade. It's in trend with the higher time frame, right? Higher time frame is giving us a narrative. I'm making it. We see the assumption. This is 4 hours is my condition coming in. I'm making an assumption that if we respect this, we're going to go lower. We're respecting it. So that's my assumption. Now I need to set conditions, right? Well, we did sweep session highs coming into the day. We did tap into the higher time frame key level. We did get a 15 minute inverse here, which wasn't super clean, but we did get the inverse. And now we're displacing a little higher. We're coming up higher, get a 5 minute retracement. Wouldn't say that's equilibrium. That's something actually should get pulled up. The retracement. Although it's going to be uglier than shit. You know, there's no equilibrium. And then on the 5 minute, like I said, no really low resistance up here. This was a candle that gave manipulation. I would say this is high resistance. I wouldn't say this is high resistance, but it gave manipulation to this 5 minute. The 50-minute candle could be opening up, right? But the 5 minutes is the one giving the breakaway. So I think I'm going to enter this right here. It'll be off a 1 minute inversion. It's going to be rough, but like I said, this is just for testing stuff out. So we're going to go to 1% risk, execute sell order, beautiful, and now see how this baby plays out. Alright, already off the bat, does it go for 1-to-1? No. What did we tap it into? I mean, quick move down. Maybe there's an SMT here. We did sweep out this draw on liquidity, but I'm, like I said, what are the real draws on liquidity? Well, obviously, that accumulation, these low resistance draws on the 5 minute, but also this draw on liquidity. I mean, we're expecting market moves from what? To seek out draws on liquidity, react off draws on liquidity, to seek out imbalances, to react off imbalances, and to seek out equilibrium and react off equilibrium. In this case, we were seeking out an imbalance. Now we're reacting off of it to do what? Equilibrium? You could say equilibrium, right? You could say equilibrium. I'm thinking draw on liquidity. If we do equilibrium, actually on the 1 hour, we actually be in equilibrium right now on the higher time frame. We're gonna let this play out. I'm gonna put on the 5 minute because I'm holding for that 1-to-1. Oh, we would have come right back to break even. Maybe it wants to go higher. There's no imbalance that it's respecting right now. Actually, it's just purely price action. It might be this 30 minute that we did just sweep a 30 minute low too. Well, I did notice we do have a 15 minute fair value gap resting here, so we're going to see what this wants to do. It's not looking too good. You know, the 1 minute. Generating high resistance, generating low resistance. Wow. What time was the entry on this trade? 10:08, 9:08. Not bad at all. This has not run too crazy. We're just looking for that 1-to-1. Bang. And then it brings up the questionnaire. Did you have a high time frame point of interest aligned? Did you have a clear exit strategy? Yes. Did you check market structure before entering? Yes. Did you check multiple time frames before entering? Yes. Did this trade have every confluence in your entry model? Yes. Did you use at least 3 confluences? Yep. Did you ever stop loss have high resistance? Yes. And just like that. Isn't it cool? This is why I love Tradeful. That's why I also trust your trades, because I could have saw that, oh, it's coming back up, maybe put my stops at break even, then you lose out on a winner, right? Or even when it comes up to here, I can close early. Dude, your stop loss is there for a reason, right? Trust your plan, trust your logic that you built. The way I trade now, from how I was like 2-3 months ago, was super mechanically, right? It's a little more discretion from what I've learned, but it was super mechanical, and it's just like, all I have to, that made trading feel easy for me. It's like, oh, I just get into the market, I wait for my liquidity sweep. I need to then see a break of structure and then a retracement into a fair value gap order block, and then a break of structure, and then I'm in. And it's like, I never saw that, so it was very low frequency. It was also later into the quarters when I started really understanding that, but I know even looking back on that, that was really, really mechanical. And I even still have a mechanical model, and that's one of them. I have another mechanical model, but this model that I use now, it's not, I wouldn't say it's really continuation focus. It's continuations for me are definitely more discretional, whereas reversals are a little more, they still take discretion, but it's just in terms of like what I look for now is like 3 or 4 confluences really. I have my specific time frames I want to see them on, but just even like the entry confluences, obviously 1 to 5 minute, that's the same what it was for the break of structure, and even like the retracements, I know what I want to see, but it's just allowing me to see the market differently than what I was recently, and that's shout out to PB, because that's all on them. And just even being able to read, I'm not going to get the sauce, but high resistance, low resistance, it's huge. It's fucking huge. And you heard me talking about it. You just saw 2 examples of that. Low resistance. The trade before that I wasn't able to put on the trade. Low resistance. What is this? High resistance. Why? Because it's the candle that gave manipulation. Therefore, I don't think price wants to return to that point. That's not the only reason we enter a trade. We also we're building logic behind this. Also reading price. Market moves to do what? We talked about this earlier. For this, it was reacting off an imbalance to then go do what? Well, I'm assuming, making my assumption, we're going to displace lower. Well, this 15 minute, if we respect this, we might want to go higher. But if we displace through it, we might want to go lower. What do? We displace through it. All right, now, obviously, I have on the lower time frames, right, low resistance resting here. Before my entry, low resistance. What do we have up here? High resistance. You could say this is low resistance, right? But it was the candle that gave manipulation into this 5 minute, right? The 15 minute opened up too, but we're not worried about the 15 minute because we got a breakaway gap. That's considered a breakaway gap. The 5 minute gave the manipulation, and we get displacement on the 1 minute. Not crazy, but we get an inverse fair value gap on that 1 minute fair value gap right up here. Nothing crazy, remember? And then we're just shooting for a 1-to-1. Small piece of the pie. Does this play out to the full drawn liquidity? I'm assuming. Actually, no, it doesn't. It comes all the way down to. Just try to play around with this. I'm assuming 15 minute. And we inverse that 15 minute. Maybe ES swept out this low, maybe it didn't, but we inverse this 15 minute and we just immediately push higher. So I'm wondering what it respected to push us really that higher. We got a crazy boost off of that to then do what? And then this would be called low resistance, right? This is now low resistance. Failure swing high compared to this one. What do? We come right back up. I'm assuming we're coming right back up for what? This 5 minute. Or what now we have is a 15 minute gap, which is resting right here. We're coming into that 15 minute. It could be your condition. If we inverse it, we're probably going to go higher. Let me see. We inverse it. We have another 15 minute here. Maybe wait for a pullback into that 15 minute. Maybe it just wants to go higher. Now it's later in the day. We're coming back into that 5 to 15 minute. You're looking for an inversion. What time frame is the highest time frame inversion? Personally, I'm not seeing any. Actually, I guess this would be considered it. And I'm not taking this, obviously, but I'm just marking up another idea. Target to what? You can target. All we need is a 1-to-1, but you could target all the way up here. Like I said, the 15 minute got inverse. We just came into this 15 minute. If we do truly respect it, we'll want to go higher. This is later in the day. I wouldn't have taken this. It would have been past 11 o'clock, or 10 o'clock. What is that? Dude, it's laughable. That's actually hilarious. The 1 minute inversion gives it. And you can watch Ronan's video on what makes a good inverse fair value gap. And this would be considered a good inverse fair value gap. Clean displacement on it. Takes 1-2 candles to inverse. We inverse it. Where does price go? Even that late in the day for 1 to 3. Where are we wanting to target? Well, and also, what was that draw up here then? This is considered a high, a 1 hour high. We'll probably want to go back to that. Let's just, which would be to consider that. Let's just keep letting it play. Maybe there's an SMT here. And what do you know? It continues to run. It continues to run. That's a 6 RR. So this is what I'm saying. The way you trade, like the way I trade, I can still hit solid RRs, right? I've hit trades when how I was trading before. I've had trades where obviously I closed early, consistency rules and all that shit. But I saw it and I left the bracket on. I saw it ended up continuing to play out for 50, almost 60 RR, right? But we're not focused on that. We're focused on getting our piece of the pie. right? Our piece of the pie. We don't need to hold. What comes with discretion over time when you can hit these bigger RRs is when you can hold to draws on liquidity. But I feel like it's a good idea for all new traders is to just stick to 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s. Try to get your win rate from, maybe you start off with like a 10% win rate with a 1-to-1. Maybe you don't know shit about trading. Maybe you can get it up to a 30, 40, 50%. Now you're break even. The goal is to get that to a 50%, to then a 60, to a 70, to an 80, and maybe to a 90. And then at that point, if you have a 90% win rate with a 1-to-1, you can probably start holding until two draws on liquidity, right? After all the data you've built now off how the way you trade. You do that. Oh, what happens next? Now you, instead of hitting 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, now you can go break even at 3 RRs, or take full at 3 RRs, or go break even at 4 RRs, and let your trades run for 5 to 6 to 9, 10. Like, let it run. But it comes with discretion. It comes with time. I know traders who come into it too who they just immediately come in after they understand trading a little bit, trying to trade higher RRs. And now, this is one thing that's bad about this, right? It just keeps popping up. And there's nothing wrong with trading higher RRs. There is nothing wrong with that, right? Me personally, I've gotten to the point, especially on funded accounts, where it's like if I lose an account, I lose $150, let's just say. So when I'm down 500, I'm not really fucking stressed about that. So the idea of like hitting 1-to-1s and losing $500 to $1,000 in a day doesn't really bother me. It still does, but not as much as losing multiple trades in a row. And for me, when I was trying to trade higher RRs, I had a lower win rate. I don't handle that well because it fucks with my confidence as a newbie trader. Some people might be different. Some people, they can't handle losing a fuck ton of money in one trade. But they can handle losing small amounts of money over and over until they hit their big one, 10, 15, 20 RR, right? There's people out there. There's no one right way to trade, right? Everybody trades differently. Everybody has a different strategy. It's what works best for you. What is your methodology? Master it. And, and it's this idea of, if you look at most people who offer mentorships, they give you the confluences they use. They tell you how they read price. Now it's down to you to build your own strategy with that. And you could say that's alpha decay. You could say that's because of alpha decay. It also comes down to what works best for you, right? There's people who literally have bubbles on their chart, like circles, and it works. There's people who trade off sunrise in astrology. Shout out rise trades, right? There's people that trade that way. There's people that trade purely off of just what price is doing, right? There's people who trade off of like certain time zones, what's my best time to enter. I know a dude who only trades 8:50 to 9:30. That's it. And he won't take a trade until after 8:50 usually, because it's that macro time, that macro kill zone. Everybody trades differently. So understand that. That's a big thing to understand. It's very important. But yeah, that's just an idea of what was happening there. We can jump now to, I don't want to get too much lost in the sauce. Stuff just not loading. There we go. Beautiful. We got, dude, that trade now, if you look at what that trade would have ran for, that trade would have ran for an 18 RR. Oh, you only can trade 1-to-1s. You're just not good enough. Oh, no, never mind. It would have gotten stopped out. It would have gotten stopped out. Let me quit my shit talk. 7 RR, that would have ran for. Cool, right? Very cool. Alright, we can get rid of all this. We can go into the next data point. Now, what did we come back into? I'm pretty sure we're coming back into this daily, which is looking like where we're wanting to go. Holy ass, dude. I'm just trying to listen to some Bossa Nova. Annoying as shit. Do we leave any daily inbounds? No. I don't think we'll want to return back to this point now, right? So this idea of all this shit down here, I'm going to leave behind for now. I don't think that's the move right now, but we can mark up even more previous draws on liquidity. This 4 hour gets inversed. But this is why it's like, This is why I love trading, and part of the reason why I fucking hate it is there's no key to trading. There's no like, once you learn this, you'll be profitable. Once you learn this, you'll never need to learn anything ever again. Your trading journey, once you start, if you don't quit, is for the rest of your life. You will continue to learn things, even if it's just the basics you start off with and these confluences. You'll just learn how price moves over time, over years. What months cause price action to move faster or slower? What months gives price action more reversals or continuations, right? That comes with time. And you can't rush that. That's one thing you really can't rush. I'd say this low is now high resistance. I'm going to move this up here, and assuming we're going to target this, it should be buy side liquidity. We go into the 2 hour. What do we have on the 2 hour? Nothing really of importance other than this 2 hour fair value gap that we have right here. 1 hour, we do have nothing really of importance on the 1 hour, this 1 hour imbalance. We're going to go right into the 5 minute, let price do its thing. What do we see so far? We are generating a bunch of sell side liquidity, in my opinion, as we're making high resistance, pushing higher and higher. I'd like to see it push lower, actually. Maybe not off rip, but... And was there a sweep of anything significant? Asian session draws? This swept out all shit that's already been swept, so not really focused on that. 15 minute, no 15 minute imbalance. 30 minute, no 30 minute imbalance. Will this keep playing out? So, what do we see? 15 minute down here, anything in the 15 minute? 15 minute fair value gap. We did sweep a low, which would be nothing of significance, really. We're getting some rejection. Actually, it's that 4 hour we're coming back into. We did go for a lot of this low resistance draws. These low resistance draws in liquidity. I'm waiting for a key level to be tapped into. I wonder if you could say there's a 15 minute, and there is. Condition time. Even in terms of like AMD, like I didn't know what AMD was. I've heard of it, but I didn't understand it until I got PP's mentorship. And just understanding, like, even when we see consolidation, it's not always bad. Like, oh, we're just consolidating, dude, we're generating. What does price do? It goes for all of it, basically. We have a 15-minute fair value gap. I think this is going to tell me a lot of what price is going to do. We're respecting it. $50-minute candles respecting. 1 hour. Do we have anything on the 1 hour as of 1 hour candle close? Nothing that's giving extreme importance right now. 2 hour, nothing. 30-minute. 30-minute break of structure. Is there an inverse fair value gap to go into? I think I'd want to see this get manipulated, so I want to see it come back higher, actually. 3 minute, 2 minute. 2 minute fair value gap, no, 1 minute. I mean, that 1 minute, this could have been your move, apparently. Potentially. 1, 2, 3. And that's a 1-to-1. You could target all the way down to here. Said I want to see this actually come back higher and make my stop loss high resistance, or it's just going to play out. Actually, quite beautiful. Well, the 15-minute gets respected, right? So that's something we know. 30-minute, there is no 30-minute as of right now. We do have for value gaps resting here on the 30-minute and lower. 30-minute time frame, we do have a bunch of imbalances actually resting between here, one here, which has already been tapped into. This could be our draw. especially with this 15-minute being respected. But I wanted to see, and nothing off the 5-minute as of right now. I said if I would have entered this trade, I mean, said you could have hit a 1-to-1 for that. Actually, that's not particularly what I'm not wanting to see. Okay, 4-minute. Nothing on the 4-minute that we just retraced into. 2-minute. I mean, if we want to look here, we are generating more here, generating high resistance now here. 1 minute. I'm actually questioning if you would want to take. Like I said, down to this 5-minute low is all you would need for 1-to-1. I don't know if I want to take this. It's not super clear to me. I mean, we are respecting this 15-minute, but we're also tapping into this 4-hour. Okay, bro. See, that's the only annoying part. We do have low resistance right here. We do have draws down here, which I don't think we want to go out and get. I think it's just this 4-hour. Maybe we sweep that 4-hour, then we want to go higher. 30-minute, like I said. Still low resistance, resting lower. I'm thinking about entering this. The 15 minutes getting respected. I like that. 5-minute gave some manipulation. I'm going to enter this in. We're actually going to wait for the candle close. All right. I want to wait for. So I wouldn't say that's high resistance. Maybe it is because it tapped in that 15-minute. I'm going to wait. Maybe it's going to hurt me. Yeah, that's going to hurt me. Well, that would have banged. Wow, yep, drawn liquidity was correct. So, if you would have waited for a retrace in that 15-minute, right? Waited for the retrace in the 15-minute, and then actually saw that we actually were respecting a 2-minute, and then waited for a 1-minute inversion. That's something you could have taken, and this would have played out for a 2 to 3 RR that your boy just missed. Can't be mad at it. Just understand, I mean, what were we seeing? Low resistance here. We did want to go into that 4-hour. I actually want to see what this 4-hour wants to do. Do we want to keep going lower? I'm assuming we won't want to go higher. We'll go to the 1-hour actually. We're going to jump to the next day. That sucks. And we did displace lower. Come in that 4-hour, sweep it out. We end up ripping much, much lower. I wonder if that trade would have played out still. Yeah. And this would have played out for a 10 RR. Isn't that cool? But you can't hit big trades. Shut up. Alright. Let's go to the next one. How long is this video? 43 minutes. I have to shower too. I want to get up early tomorrow. This is also kind of just like free promo for Tradeful. I love it. I really do. Alright. Although, like I said, fix your question bullshit. The questionnaire, how it just pops up when I skip through the time frames. I don't like that. Alright. Daily. Anything on the daily that we left behind? Not that I'm seeing. A 2-hour. No 2-hour for value gap. 2-hour buy side liquidity, actually. 2-hour buy side liquidity up here. So a lot of low resistance resting up higher. Maybe we want to go lower for that, but we are coming into this 2-hour imbalance right here. See, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to mark this up. I'm assuming if that's a 2-hour, we also have a 1-hour. So I'm going to go into the 1-hour here actually. We do have a 1-hour imbalance also. We're seeing here that we did just respect and hit consequent encroachment on that 2-hour. I'm assuming we want to go buy side. So that's really, and we have a 1-hour imbalance resting up here. Super small, but one thing I learned from TGR is size does not matter. So we're going to come in here and wait for Actually, I want to go to the 30-minute before we open this up. 30-minute fair value gap also is getting respected. So I'm wanting to see, and we have generation of a bunch of low resistance here. Coming in, we already tapped that key level. So we're about to get an inverse, but I want to see a retrace into fair value gap because yes, we are respecting that 1 hour and that 2 hour coming into it, right? The 1 hour candle already closed at 8 a.m. So that's before price open. And coming into it, we're actually showing good respection higher. But I'm leaning more bearish right now. So what am I wanting to mark up? It's just this 15-minute. Set that as my condition. Is there a 30-minute? There is a 30-minute as well. We're going to go to here. Well, I'm wanting to see it come push higher in there. I want to see a retracement. Oh my God. What do we see? A retracement. Now, I don't like this because, yes, this retracement, and if we respect this, it's showing that we'll want to go higher. But this game manipulation, I would say this is high resistance, a stop loss around there. This 15-minute, like I said, it could be getting respected. We're going to go into the 2-minute. Let that open up. I actually would like to see this push a little lower. So that 5-minute, it's looking like it's going to get inversed. Wow. Wow. So, the 15 minutes being respected. What day is this, by the way? Let's just make sure. This would be a Wednesday. 15-minute is clearly getting respected. The 30-minute is clearly getting respected. We hit consequent encroachment of that. So where are the draws and liquidity resting lower? I'm assuming we'll want to go for this little gap we have right here on this 1 hour, which I don't know why that's there. But this is my draw and liquidity. That's that. I'm going to actually mark this up because I'm assuming that's a 1 hour gap where that's supposed to be. So we'll just mark that up. Wanting to see a move into that. So we just got a 5-minute inverse. I would want to see a pullback. Or we just displace deep into it. And we displace deep into it. We're still early into price action too. It's looking like we are going to respect this 1 hour. Beautiful. This is giving me some bullish idea. If this is truly a 1 hour for value gap, oh, now it disappeared. What time frame was that on? I don't know what I just said, but what do we see? This 1 hour is going to get closed, and it's going to respect it completely. I'm looking for the highest time frame inversion, which would be what? This 5-minute. Maybe we want to go a little lower. We actually are displacing lower. This 1 hour, did it get respected or inverse? It got inversed. Wow. 1 hour gets inversed. Well, the draw on liquidity is most likely here. I didn't see any entries to get on other than this inversion on this 5-minute after respecting this 15-minute, which, like I said, you could take this and then hit a, if it goes all the way down to here, hit almost a 1 to 2. Damn, that's 2 days. 2 days we just missed out on some trades. Interesting. So look, we respect that 15-minute. My only issue is this 1 hour and 2 hour, knowing if we're going to respect it or not, but something to learn from. Obviously, we're playing this 1 hour and this 2 hour for value gap, so we didn't know if we wanted to inverse it or not. The 1 hour already before market open respected the 1 hour gap. So we were like, oh, maybe. But then once 9 o'clock closed, we inversed both of those. And at that point, once it closed, we already respected this 15-minute. But us respecting this 15-minute probably would have told us, hey, with this 15-minute candle close, which didn't happen until down here, but with the 5-minute inversion, it's telling us, hey, it's probably going to happen. It was highest time frame inversion. It took one candle to inverse. It was cleanly displaced through. I mean, that's just bread and butter right there. That we did not take. Really hope y'all like the way I trade. If not, that's fine, but I hope you understand it if you are trying to learn. Also, they say there's a lot better people to learn from than me, but I sometimes give some good advice here. I'd say, at least. Alright, so we are going to go... Damn ads, dude. I don't want to listen to that shit. Wow, that display slower. And that would have been another huge RR. Back-to-back days of freaking nutty RRs. Alright, we're going to go to the 4 hour. We just swept out all these draws in liquidity, actually, that I didn't think we wanted to come back down to yet. Now we got to find new draws in liquidity. Fucking, not price discovery, but fucking basically. I'd actually like to see a fucking bull run here now, because I don't want to keep scrolling out back further. That gave manipulation, so I wouldn't say that. That would be sell side. It's just all these fucking long, super far away draws. So that's something to look at. We can go back higher. I'm hoping we get a bounce back, but the market, like I said, it's not nice in that way. Alright. What are we seeing? Well, on the daily, I'm assuming now we have a daily imbalance. No, not yet, but we do have these lows, which are down here, which I'm actually expecting us to go and take out. We do have the daily back up here. We do have a lot of imbalanced price resting here that I'm assuming we'll want to go higher. Maybe sweep out sell side liquidity and just rip higher, or go for these draws up here, or these imbalances, and then push lower. I mean, and these are high time frame imbalances too, just resting right here. That is so easy for price to go and get. Oh, I hit my cap lock on accident. This would be considered sell side liquidity. We can go over to the 2 hour. 2 hour has a high that I believe got taken out, but it does have a new low set in place. Sell side liquidity. No imbalances on the 2 hour that I'm seeing, other than the shit that we have up here. The 1 hour. Well, it would be considered a high. Maybe ES took it out. It did not sweep it out. Although it looks like it did not. You can see that little tiny gap between the two. That's where trading gets kind of annoying. But we're going to go into the 5 minute now. We're going to wait for a sweep of a significant draw liquidity. We have a high up here you can go and take out. We do have low resistance resting here, 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 and here. See what price wants to go and do. Ideally, manipulation. Wow. Wow. And the nice thing about here too, calendar, you can see that we had news at 8:30 a.m. Right at market open, that news came out. That's initial jobless claim in the United States, jobless initial claim. I don't think I've seen that in a long time. Incredible rip up higher. We do have manipulation now into this leg. I'm wanting to see this actually get respected, and I want to see it go lower just for our trade's sake. Maybe it just wants to continue to go higher. It's going to be a fucking big inverse. 945. Holy shit. Well, you know what's it's going for. At this point, we could hope for a pullback. It's clean manipulation. By the time this candle closes, we're probably going to be respecting this 1 hour. There was no 1 hour imbalance, but the 4 hour here and the 2 hour here, we're respecting those and giving key manipulation. I wonder if you could look before that candle closed for a small time frame inversion. No, not that I see. So we're going to get this inverse. Jesus. Holy shit. It's just like the trade before. incredible displacement, right? But then if you wanted to take this, where's your fucking stop loss go? It'd be nice if the candle, if it only displaced, like it's just to here, and then you could just go for your 1-to-1, right? Could target this 5-minute gap, CE of it, hit a 1-to-1, or this drawn liquidity, something that would have been nice. But what we want to see now is, hold on. Before it sweeps out this round liquidity, I'd like to actually see it make a pullback, leave relative equal lows. Nope. Sweet. Why was I wanting to see that too? But like I said, make an assumption that if this 4-hour gets respected, we'll want to go lower. What does it do? It respects it. We displace much, much lower. Probably towards these draws of liquidity now. They're resting literally right there. Maybe we can get a 5-minute pullback. Five-minute inverse, actually. Target what? Is there any high time frame imbalances resting in between here? 30-minute? 15-minute? Nothing of I'm noticing, but I'm assuming prices, if we get that 5-minute inverse, it's probably want to go to come higher into this, but this is now counter trend, and all we have is really a significant sweep of liquidity and not even an inverse. Not even an inverse. Good thing I didn't take that because that was not an inverse. We do sweep that out now. Now we might actually have something to go for. Nothing that I see. At this point, you're not getting the trade, but yeah, we come back in that 15-minute. I'm assuming we're going to displace through it, actually. And we do. We go. It's actually good movement for a day. We displace through that 15-minute, which is what I was wanting to see it come into before it swept out this round liquidity, but it doesn't. We sweep out this round liquidity. There's no inversion that you could take here. Well, 1, 2, 3. Actually, you could have taken this. Maybe. But also on top of this, like I said, there is, and I'm assuming that hits full TP unless ES gives an S&T. There you go. That's your full TP. Yeah, I don't know. I like it though. Price just ended up going higher. I mean, all we really reacted off of was this 30-minute gap, which has already been mitigated. It's already been tapped into, but we do respect it. Maybe once that gets respected, we can start actually looking. I mean, it's 10 minute. The entry would have been 10 minutes before the 30-minute candle got closed, but yeah, that could have been something you could have taken. And where does it want to go and target? Probably this 4-hour up here, I'm assuming. True to let that play out. Maybe not. Yep, right in that 4-hour. It runs higher and higher and higher. Now we're going to go to the 1-hour just to jump to see what this puppy ran for. Actually, it would have been only to that. Came in that 4-hour. Respect it. Where does it go? Reacting off an imbalance. We're seeking out an imbalance, reacting off of it. Go towards what? Further draws of liquidity. See what I'm talking about though? Like, you have to ask yourself these little questions coming into the day. Obviously, this is back testing, so it's a little different from the live market. Still, same rules really apply. I mean, if when you're back testing, treat it as if you're live trading. Like if you're wanting to find out what your win rate is and your risk to reward, set your risk to reward that you want to go for, and target that and take quality setups. To me, an A plus quality setup, I used to have it written down. It was literally I need to see all these confluences, and that's what makes it A plus quality. Well, funny enough, even when you see all your confluences, that doesn't make it A plus, right? You need to add a little more into that. And that's when it comes into actually being able to read price action and understand what is price action telling you. And that took a while for me to understand. I mean, shit, I'm a year into trading, but it's true. It really is true. I don't think I want to do any more. I think I'm going to cut it off here. But if you're still watching the video, I just go to mark this up for the next time I get on here. I love that it saves it. Let's see, this would be sell side liquidity. And 1 hour, what do we have on the 1 hour? Well, we have a 1 hour for value gap up here. But if you want to do this for yourself, get Forex Replay or Tradeful, and don't use TradingView's backtesting. I just find it quite shit compared to this, if we're being honest. And go and backtest. Set down, like I don't have it open right now, but when I backtest, I like to have all the notes that I've taken down in terms of like what is my model, and then when I'm trying to put on a trade, making sure that all those rules are being met. And now my rules more come down to like small, simple things, rather than confluences. Now it's like, is my stop loss high resistance? Is my take profit area low resistance? All right, good. Answer that. Am I going counter trend or with the trend? So are we doing continuation or reversal? All right, good. On the higher time frame, where my drawn liquidity is it low resistance or high resistance? And are we reacting off an imbalance, seeking out an imbalance? Are we reacting off a drawn liquidity, seeking out a drawn liquidity? Are we reacting off equilibrium, seeking equilibrium? You know, asking yourself these questions on the higher time frame. Then set your conditions. Oh, we have a 1 hour here. I want to see that get tapped into. If we inverse this, I'm assuming we're going to go higher. If we respect it, I'm assuming we're going to go lower, right? Or opposite. Set your conditions. Like I like to have 1 hour and 4 hours, and once it's 9 a.m., those candles close, and that's going to be able to tell me, okay, I'm allowed to make my assumption now. So I made my assumption. If we respect this, we'll go lower. If we disrespect this, we'll go higher. Then once we have that, we start moving down to the lower time frames and trying to find low resistance draws on liquidity, resting in that area if we wanted. Let's say we respected it, and you think we're going to go lower. Okay, well, resting lower on the 15-minute and 30-minute, do we have any draws on liquidity that are low resistance? On the 15 and 30-minute, do we have any draws on liquidity higher that are low resistance, right? And adding in like what happened on that condition, and setting conditions on the 30-minute and the 15-minute and the 5-minute, right? Mainly the 15 and 30 minutes. Setting those conditions on the 15-30 minute, waiting to see if price respects this now. Or if now that I want to see us go lower, I want to see this 15-minute resting here get inverse. If it gets inversed, and we still haven't hit those low resistance draws and liquidity, let's say that's resting here, I want to see maybe a 5-minute pullback and then an inverse. Or maybe we actually respect this 15-minute and we'll want to go higher. Like, it's asking yourself these questions, which doesn't make it easier, right? It's still quite complicated in a way because you have to be able to understand all of these questions. Everybody has their own questions, but for me, that's what helps me the most. Because my verbal IQ is quite high, my processing IQ is quite low. I struggle with that. So it makes trading actually quite difficult for me. And I think that's something that motivated me with trading along the way, is because it's difficult, you know. But why not me? Why not me? Also, why me, but why not me, right? That's what I stand on. And it's being able to think quickly and being able to ask yourself these questions. Backtesting helps, but I'm also able to pause, right? And really take like 2 minutes to really think something through. We're on the live market. You don't really have 2 minutes to think something through if you're about to get your execution. You have to be able to execute flawlessly, which is a big part into that. Shit ain't easy though, right? If it was, everybody would do it. See, that's the one thing. Tradeful, y'all need to fix that. But now we can go back and actually look at this. Obviously, there was 2 or 3 trades there that hit that we did not fucking take. It's kind of retarded. Never mind. Eight trades won. Average win streak, three wins. Win rate would be a little bit higher. 9 a.m. My win rate by hour is 73%. Win rate by trade duration, 5 to 15 minutes. If my trade takes, I have 100%. 15 to 30 minutes is 75%. 1 to 2 hours, it's an 80%. Best risk to reward, 1 to 1.14. Worst is a break even. Average risk, 500. Average reward, 274. Like I said, that's from issues I made earlier on this account or this system. With stop loss. Profit factor is 1.46, 11 trades. So you can look at this here, $500, and I don't know which one of these were actually good. I don't remember, but we have $500 loss, a break even, a 1 win, $500 loss, break even, $500 loss, break even, win, 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 and then we would have had another win. 1, 2, 3. So as of now, it'd be 3 losses and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wins and a couple break evens. And I think one of those losses was an issue, but this is what I like about this. And ideally, it's not nice that I fucking started it by fucking up on this shit. But this is just 1 month of February. Once we go into the next month, March, and then April, if we can continue to get 1-to-1s and hitting those more than losing, and even break evens more than losing, and over time, these 3 losses really mean nothing. Ooh, would that be nice? Would that be fucking cool? So, I think one of these was a trade I didn't, like, I think it was this one. I took this trade, I marked it up, and it didn't, like, it won. I was like, oh, fuck, I missed it. I didn't take this. That's dumb. And I saw there was, like, a re-entry, and I took it, and then $500 loss. But yeah, overall, that's what I like about this. And you can also look at your percentages. Down 1%, down 2%, and then up 3.36. 1% day, 1% day, 1% day, losing 1%. As long as my losses are only 1% and losing, and then my break evens are just like these 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, and then we can actually hit trades which are like 1 to 1.15, 1 to 1.07, 1.14. Being able to hit that over time, and then like risk rewards. Break even, 1 to 1, break even, break even, 1 to 1.2, 1 to 1.06, 1 to 1.14. I love this shit though. I think Trayful is fucking awesome. Shout out more trades. I think he really cooked with that. I wish I had a camera on this to show you guys actually. I wonder if I can do that real quick. Alright, that's perfect. Look at that little watch. This was actually one of my first watches. It's quite nice. I wouldn't say it's a date night, maybe like a travel watch. It's Timex Expedition. I don't know too much about it. But check this fit I got on right now. Something a little light and calm. Got the candle going. Something a little light, something calm. And I got this new watch. This is my first... Dude, I look really pale from that lighting. Wow. First dive watch. It is Seiko. I'll put it up to the camera. Oh my gosh, is this fucking beautiful. Matches my eye color. Oh. I absolutely love this watch. It is my first like real watch. Timex is obviously like a real watch, but in terms of like diving into my own taste, I love this. I love the blue dial. I think I'd like any blue dial though, which is an issue because I need watches to have a little bit of variety, variance, and not just all blue dial. But this is actually, I want to get a dress watch next, right? And I was looking at Seiko Presage, which no sapphire crystal. I've been looking into watches a lot, so no sapphire crystal, so it is easier to scratch. But if I'm wearing a date night watch, like a dress up watch, I probably only wear it to dress up. But if you just want to look at this, oh my gosh, bro, fucking gorgeous. And I've heard the photos and everything, videos of it don't even do it justice. Oh my god, the dial. I mean, and I'm a dial guy. I like a bezel, right? But in terms of dial, I just don't think you can do better. And they also just dropped, I don't know how recent this is, but a GMT, which I've heard is beautiful. I think this one actually has sapphire crystal. Um, this is some of Seiko Presage's line, their chronograph, which is actually quite clean, the black and white one. I actually want to look at watches here for a minute. Seiko. And then I'm going to hit a shower. So I only own, oh yeah, this is the first one I got. Absolutely beautiful, day date, 100 meters of water with handle. I mean, look at that dial. Absolutely beautiful. I love the clean second hand sweep. So yeah, water resistant, yes. Water resistance depth, 100 meters. Movement type, it's automatic. Luminous hands, yes. Calendar, it's day and date. Bezel function, unidirectional, which is really cool. Bezel material, stainless steel. Case material, stainless steel. Case size, 42. Crystal type, hard lex, so it is not sapphire, but I'm very careful with it. Dial color, blue. And yeah, bracelet, push button, clasp. Length, and standard, silver tone. So those were some of those watches, but then also, this is another one I was looking at. Orient Bambino. So they just dropped these in 38 millimeters. Now, I don't know my true watch size for wrists, but for this, no sapphire crystal, I don't believe. But wow, is that freaking beautiful. Amazon, let's look at Orient Bambino, their collection over here. And I know Seiko and Orient's straps, like leather straps, are fucking garbage. So I would just replace that. Teddy Bassetier, I think, has straps he sells online. And I don't know. I feel like I should go with like a white dial. Like I said, I have a blue dial, and I would like a blue dial collection, but I need a little bit of variance right now. Orient Bambino version 7, 38 millimeters. I think this is the one I was going to get. It's either this or the Seiko Presage. Mechanical. I mean, fucking gorgeous. And I love that dial. It's not as good as the Seiko Presage, 100%, but I think it is quite gorgeous. I mean, just look at how this thing shines. So yeah, blood width, 20 millimeters, claps, buckle, strap material, leather strap. They probably would just replace the strap after a while. Bezel function is stationary, obviously. Bezel material, stainless steel. Crown is push, pull, water resistance, 30 meters, which isn't crazy, but you're not wearing this into the ocean, right? This is a day-night watch type of thing, dress watch, business casual. Lug to just turned into a fucking watch video. Yeah, lug to length, 44 millimeters, case diameter, 38.4, which I think would be perfect. This is something I'm really considering getting. It's fucking gorgeous. And I feel like I need a white dial, otherwise the champagne leather strap is beautiful. And they just made a second hands, which is, oh my god, incredible, absolutely incredible. 38 millimeters to dome mineral crystal, obviously. It's definitely able to get scratched. Just look at this coloring, bro. Oh my god. You can't tell me that's not absolutely gorgeous. They have people wearing it. No, just watch see it inside. Look at that. Oh my god, if I didn't already have a blue watch. Oh my god. Blue to gray depending on the light. That's just fucking gorgeous. Yeah, they have this one too, pink dial, which I wouldn't go with. The green I wouldn't go with. The black I like, but like I said. So that's what I'm looking at. Otherwise, obviously I think my goal in the next 3 years is to get, I'll show you. So normally this would be a watch that I would gatekeep and buy. But it's the fact that I see it's out of stock and they discontinued it. I would get this over the Seiko and the Orient because, oh my god. Oh my gosh. Most prominent examples would be the Omega Marine and the Le Coultre Reverso, marketed as the premium sports watches of their time. Oh Look at that dial. The clasp is just absolutely clean. It's such a beautiful watch. Inspired by the Cartier tank. Yeah, they're out of them. Incredible. This might, even if I had all the money in the world, if I was able to get this watch, I think this might be my favorite watch of all time because of how beautiful it is. I mean, it's just incredible. It is absolutely, and the Roman numerals too is just, not really Roman numerals, but that was kind of silly, but that's just beautiful. And going into it, the watch that I probably will be saving up for them. Obviously, I'm going to get other watches, but like a gold watch in the next 2-3 years would be an Omega. The James Bond watch, as many say. I don't really have a date night watch, but even just, oh, so clean. I would not get that 100%. They're Seamasters. They are incredibly clean. Men's selection. Bracelet, cufflinks, watch box. Speedmaster Moonwatch. Speedmaster Seamaster Aquaterra. That is a beautiful watch. Whoa. I don't want to look at that Omega. Speedmaster. That is fucking cool. That gets a man hyped. 6 bands for that. I have a watch that kind of looks like this. Dude, these are just fucking gorgeous. They truly are beautiful watches. All of them. Seamaster, Speedmaster. I mean, truly incredible. And then, like, the Gold watch, the Dream watch. I don't know exactly what I would be. Life of 100X, though. He has some incredible watches, but I'd probably go with basic. Call it basic. I call it fucking incredible. I find that absolutely incredible. Is it not going to show the whole thing? Absolutely beautiful. I love the Audemars Piguet. I think it is such an incredible looking watch. It's also for the price. I mean, I think it's 40,000, 43,000. I think it is such a clean watch. There's that. I know there's APs with like white straps. I don't know if I would get Royal Oak, but even just like the stainless steel is absolutely incredible. Or, I mean, obviously you go with Rolex. Yeah. Such a beautiful. I got a buddy who has this. I think it's this one. Or, yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, it is this one. That's just so fucking gorgeous. That really is gorgeous, the Yachtmaster. Best men's watches. See what they say 2025. Well, the Seiko, of course. Let's see this. By Sam Cross. I don't like that. I do not like that. Okay, bro. That is a beautiful watch. Grand Seiko. That is also a brand I've been looking at. So there's Seiko and then there's Grand Seiko. Two completely different watches. That is a beautiful watch. Casio, G-Shock, Crocs. I don't know about that. Wow. Not for me, but you're a big baller. This looks gross. Gross. Is this Bell & Ross? I don't like the shape on that, but I do love it, the dial. I do like the dial on this. D-Trash, though, I feel like that sounds... I don't like that name. Kind Kind of looks like the Outmaster in a way. I do like that. Two-door. I've heard incredible things. This does look absolutely beautiful. Yeah, hell no. Eh. Nomos, I've heard good things about. I don't like the dial. I don't know about that. Wonder what's number one. Like, do we just keep going? The Tissot PRC, that is a clean looking watch. Just wanted, wow, what a dial. Grainy, not for me though, personally. Hermes me. That's cool. Benjamin James, I do kind of like that a lot. I think this is disgusting. I gave you like it though. Oh yeah, moon phase, bro. Look at that fucking dial. Is that it? Was Porsche number one? It's a chronograph Porsche. Yeah, that's just so fucking cool. Oh, Frank Mueller. I don't like that. I don't like that. Gucci, a Gucci watch? I'm good, bro. Frank Mueller. That does look pretty cool. I do like that. P, I got. These are all just basically Gucci. And brands I have not heard of. Hermes. I don't think any of these watches would be a watch I get. I kind of like that. Patek Philippe. Yeah, respectfully not feeling any of these. Did it say watch feature? I thought, oh no, it says, yeah, watch feature. I love just looking at watches, man. Oh, they do have AP on here. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Rolex Oyster. That's cool. Ooh, is that fucking clean? I know that's expensive. That's pretty clean as well. Clean design, I like that. I'm not a fan. Clean. AP. She got AP, she did not mine. That's beautiful. What a fucking watch. Wow, I love that dial. No, I think it's just showing all these different ones. Where the fuck that is? Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. I just like, dude, if we look up best dress watches. Watch game? What do they got on here? Like Christmas every month? Well, it's a membership type of thing. Rolex, we give one of our lucky active members a Rolex every Friday just for being a member. To be a Rolex member, we also give away a tag. You a member yet? Seiko everyday Saturday. You just, how much does that cost? You just get new watches to try out. It's actually quite cool. It's a cool idea. All right, let's see what Teddy Balsadier says. Oh, that Seiko Presage. All right. We're going to what he thinks are the best dress watches of 2025. Orient, Timex Marlin. It's very clean. I don't know if I like the numbers on there, the font. This is super fucking clean. I will love that. They got the Seiko Presage in the corner. Orient Bambino. Belova, or however, Belova. Seiko Presage, beautiful. SRP B43, this is the one I was looking at getting. I feel like my next watch is either going to be this or the Orient. Whoa. Yeah, it's only $360 for the Seiko Presage. How much is this? Do they not have a price on here? Well, steel price is $895. Case 40 millimeters, kind of big. That's fucking gorgeous though. Gentlemen, or is this the lock? Price $575. That is a gorgeous watch too. Frederick Constant Geneve. Assuming it's quite expensive, $895. Yeah, it is clean. It's bland though. I feel like that's another thing. I don't want a Swiss watch. And if I get Orient, I'm getting another Japanese. If I get Seiko, I'm getting another Japanese. I do like this. I do think that's definitely a super. Oh, that's a band too. It's super sleek though. I forgot great about this company, Heritage. Wonder what the price. 1900. Hell no. Almost. Oh, that's gotta be expensive too. Yeah, 2200. That is super clean. That's disgusting in my opinion. There's no way. Maybe it looks good in person. Oh, fuck. Cartier tank. What a beautiful watch. 13,000. Omega. That's pretty nice too. 6,000. I think we're getting just more expensive. 7,000. 2,100. I don't like the Jaeger. That is fucking clean. I had to look at that upside down. I really do like that color combination. Price starting at 40,000 in rose gold, 50,000 in platinum. Yeah, these are definitely some clean watches. I wonder if they have anything. Rolex Day-Day. I do. That's a dream watch. Actually, is a Rolex Day-Day. I know a guy who has one and it's fucking gorgeous. It's the olive green dial. And they'll love the way the bezel sparkles. Patek Philippe. Patek. Grand Seiko. So I think the cheapest one for a dress watch, which is actually quality. Obviously, over time, I want to actually go higher. But I think it would just be the Seiko Presage. Either this, if you watch this whole video, actually drop down a comment which one you think I should get. This one's 40.5 millimeters. If you know anything about watches, I would get this dial. I think that would actually combine well with my watch. Otherwise, your boy is going with the, I think you already know. Oh, it's all the way at the top. Oh, what's the bottom say actually? So I'm going with the Seiko Presage or another great video, Teddy. Grand Seiko is listed on Seiko's website for 49,000. Wow. So I'd either go with the Grand Seiko or you just go through a lot of watches. I'm gonna shower after this and hit the hay. Grand Seiko or the Orient. I don't know which one. They're both super clean. I get the white dial for Orient, and then Grand Seiko I go silver to light blue, and that's what I would go with. But I mean, yeah, I'm wondering. So if I can get up early tomorrow, ideally I want to be asleep tonight by 10. But if I can get up early tomorrow, I can actually, get ready with my routine. I won't be trading. Obviously, I'm waiting till I got a new account with Alpha, by the way, which I'm very excited about. I'll be executing on TradingView, so that's cool. I have Trade Evade all set up. Actually, I'm gonna close this. Actually, y'all can see. It's not loading. That's fine. Close this. Get rid of Seiko Orient. We'll just get rid of this stuff. I don't need the watch right now, but in the next year I'm going to get one. So yeah, I want to actually, if I could get another video going. Ideally, the next one won't be much yap, and I want to actually do this tomorrow, ideally. I got my birthday on Tuesday, so I'm trying to get it set up with everything. Boy's going to be 21. So weird people ask me, but you're not going out? Which is like, I mean, yeah, it'd be fun, but I got shit I got to do. But if I can get up early tomorrow, and not even up early tomorrow, but before I go and see my girlfriend, if I could just get 2 hours worth of back testing. I mean, I don't know how long it was today. I think 40 minutes to do a couple days, which is what we got, 3 or 4 days. To do a whole month, it's going to be a long video, and I could cut it, um, like, until I have everything. Like, instead of just talking to you guys while I'm marking stuff up, I could just cut it, and I don't want to do all that low-key, maybe in the future. So, if I can get a back testing video done, like, at least, like, 2 or 3 of those a week, and just trying to build data, obviously I don't need to do as much back testing as I am going to be doing, but I think it's going to help me in the long run. Nothing's better than live market, right? Nothing's better than forward testing, but along with this break that I've had now with trading, basically the month of December, I mean, there was trades to take, but I didn't really see a lot. The ones I did see were more discretionary, but we still have, and I want to keep this up actually. I was going to do trading journals in Notion from the back test, but I think it's fine if I just have the videos. So we have the trade journal copy. This is going over all the trades that I take. This is the month of December. 2 trades that were taken, right? 2 trades. And then also going into our A+ trades. So these are trades from the mentorship that if I don't take them, but they do, I can actually journal what happened for those trades, which is really nice. So trade example. Going over what happened. Quite clean. I did like these chart colors too, bro. I find that this is clean. Very, very clean. But I now have grown up a little, and I'm just going back to basically PB's chart colors. I just like that tan beige background, and I think this works perfectly fine. Not only that, I forget market's moving right now. I do like, tied in with that, my P&L. It's actually, I feel like this is quite beautiful. Easy for everyone to see. Gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. I want to see what the market's been doing on the 4 hour. Are we in a range or no? Oh, well, coming back into the December price action, I'm pretty sure ES is at all-time highs. Or NASDAQ, if you look, NASDAQ is not quite there. Hoping we stay away from that. I'm hoping actually we stay around this range. Or we're ranging. We're ranging on the daily time frame. We are pushing higher and higher. We just came into a daily fair value gap actually resting here. Probably going to go lower. MES. And we just look at that. S&P is at all-time highs. NASDAQ is not. So we're going to see what price wants to do coming into it for the new year. And obviously I could trade tomorrow, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know what the market is looking like. Going into tomorrow, today is December 29th, tomorrow, pending home sales. Is this just a no news Monday, or there's just nothing going on? Oh, it's because it's Sunday. Tomorrow we actually have news. I do wonder if tomorrow would be a normal trading day. I probably honestly should get on, but we'll see. I'm just going to figure some stuff out real quick. Okay, leave me alone. Who could I text on here? Low-key thinking, I think I have fucking oil. I have a car appointment next Monday, but I'm going to skip out on this week of trading just because of my birthday being on Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm just going to be quite busy in the morning with other crap. And then I think just, like I said, Wednesday, well, Tuesday's New Year's. Wednesday's, yeah, bank holiday. So no trades Wednesday, Thursday would actually be. So yeah, Wednesday it would be a normal trading day, but I'm going to avoid it. Thursday I'm going to avoid, Friday I'm going to avoid, and I will come back to the month, January 5th. Which sounds good to me. I got a Christmas party the next day, but that's what we're thinking. That's what we're looking at. Nothing much I can really add to this. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did learn something from my back test, that's great. Also, like I said, shout out Tradeful. I think they're an incredible software. But yeah, as you can see in the initial balance, like I said, I've had a couple break-evens and then a couple losses that kind of were stupid. And then even the break-evens were fucking stupid. I took, like, one of those, I think 2 of those trades were break-even. If we go and look back at this. 2 of those trades were a break-even. I think it was this one or this one. And they ended up being winners, which is kind of annoying. So we would be up, but like I said, this is a small data size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I was able to put on 11 trades in a month, that'd be fucking awesome. But yes, this is 11 trades, but like I said, once we get to 50 to 100, if we're really locked in with this and we're being smart, and I do like recording these because it helps me be more accountable and making sure I'm taking smart trades. If after 50 to 60 to 100 trades, if we have a good win rate and a high risk reward, I'll take it. And like I said, another thing I will be looking at is, obviously I'm not in prop firm mode, but I will be taking account of that until we get past that $53,000 mark. And once we get past that $53,000 mark, I'm going to make sure I try not to lose more than $3,000 in a trade. No, in like $3,000 again. So I'm going to treat it as, obviously, right now, if this count goes to $58,000, $48,000, then oh fuck, we'll be done then, right? Obviously I'll still be going, but just take a little chill break on that. Just be like, damn, we fucking blew it. But that's not really what I'm using this for. Maybe the next time I do back testing, like after I build all this data, I can do a prop firm mode, or I can just fucking simulate like an actual prop firm and get unfunded. But I want to treat this as like, literally I'm on a funded account. 1 trade a day, risking 1%. And then, well, normally too, I'm treating this as funded, but when I'm on an Express account, like a live account, I'm just going to risk $250 and hit $250 days to $500 days. And after enough of those, I can just take a $1,500 payout and do that over and over and over until I have consistency with it, and then scale up. Because I have a 0 account with Alpha right now, I can just scale up and get then a normal account or standard account and take up to $15,000 in payouts across 3 accounts with max allocation, but that'll come with time. I want to focus on consistency in my decision making right now, and just being smart. But I'm going to leave this as it is. So when I come back tomorrow, I actually have everything marked up. But yeah, that's really it. Nothing much to it. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did learn something from this. I will be getting this uploaded, and I'm in the shower, and then I'm hitting the bed. Goal is to wake up at 5:30 tomorrow. Ideally rip a sauna, but probably not right away in the morning, probably later in the day. But just get up, get my real routine going, and then end up coming here and just doing a back test session for at least like an hour and a half, 2 hours. If I could start that at 6:30 and do it till like 8:30 to 9, perfect. Take a break, I can go get some food, maybe go to the gym even, and then actually get back home. If I can do from like 12 to 3, then because I can just do I think if I just do like an hour and a half of back testing like 2 or 3 times a week, we're good. Sundays usually I could put more time into it. Today was different, but even next Sunday, I don't remember exactly what I have going on. I don't think nothing important, but next Sunday, if I can just even get on, do this from like 8 8:30, let's say, to like 12 or to 1, be perfect. Because I'm trying to get through these days, but also just to build data. I'm not trying to be doing this for the next, like, only do one day. And obviously not just do one day, but I'm trying to finish this in the next like month and a half, 2 months, while also getting live data from the market itself once we come back to live data. But just to show proof that I'm on a funded account, connect. We are with Tradeovate. Account balance 50,000. Yeah, that's it, baby. So I'm very excited. Um, One thing that I will say about Tradeful is not using like session highs and lows to go off of, but that's fine. But overall, yeah, I'm gonna get this video ended and I will get it uploaded.